Another decade of great films has already ended. We saw Disney dominating the box office, the rise of streaming services, and the decline of movie ticket sales. Before we start our new movie adventure onto the 2020s, here's our pick for the top 20 films that best represent and defines the 2010s. Number 20, Sicario. 19, Birdman. 18, La La Land. 17, Parasite. 16, Inception. 15, The Cabin in the Woods. 14, Bridesmaids. 13, Wonder Woman. 12, 12 Years a Slave. 11, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And now, on to our top 10 best films of the decade. Number 10, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Release date, 2011.
Find him, we can end this.
I say we jump now!
Whether you are a fan of the franchise or not, everyone knows Harry Potter and probably heard a spell or two.
Wingardium Leviosa.
It has already been part of our cultural zeitgeist, with the merchandises and theme parks to name a few, not mentioning box office domination and best-selling books which the film was sourced from. It created megastars in the form of Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson, and watching them grow from kids to adults in this wizardry epic makes us all feel all the emotion as the franchise ended. With 8 films under its belt, there's no denying that director David Yates and author J.K. Rowling has created the best film out of the franchise and concluded it in spectacular fashion. Number 9, Crazy Rich Asians. Release date, 2018.
Can't afford this. So your family is rich?
We're comfortable.
That is exactly what a super rich person would say.
Demand for representation on the screen was a big thing on the 2010s with hashtag #OscarsSoWhite, making the headline last 2015 when no actors of color has been nominated that year on the Academy Awards. Halle Berry, as of the publication of this video, still remains to be the only African American Best Actress winner, and films about people of color has been rarely released outside the independent market. Studios doesn't seem to think that films about the minorities would sell until the release of Black Panther in 2018.
You are teaching me. What do you know?
And our number 9 pick, Crazy Rich Asian. The film is a sole all-Asian cast film released by a major film studio without any big names attached to it. It was a big risk for Warner Brothers, but oh boy, they were glad they took the leap. With its terrific cast, surefire visual razzle-dazzle, and seamless combination of new and generic rom-com formula, the film went on to gross over $300 million, and definitely a satisfying step forward for screen representation. Number 8, Frozen. Release date, 2013.
I bet she's the nicest person ever.
Huh?
Am I right? Hi.
You're creepy.
Whoa!
I don't want it!
Whoa, back at you.
Ew, the body!
The film might not be as technically as impressive as Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but it is undoubtedly a beautiful animation that modernly retells the classic narratives about Disney princesses. With the hashtag #MeToo movement growing in popularity to stop sexual harassment and equal pay for females in the industry, narratives about female empowerment have been placed into the spotlight this year. Aside from biting social commentary, the film is stocked with catchy sing-along songs, and whether you agree with us or not, you cannot deny you sing Let It Go once in your life, even if it's just in the shower.
Well, now they know
anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Cold never bothered me anymore.
Number 7, Django Unchained. Release date 2012.
Kill white folks and they pay you for it? What's not to like?
I like the way you die, boy.
He is a rambunctious sword, ain't he?
At this point, writer-director Quentin Tarantino has become a household name in Hollywood that every film he released is being anticipated and compared to his last work. With Django Unchained, QT manages to insert his directorial trademarks that we have already been accustomed to and love from him in this bold and stylistically daring Western about an African-American slave on his quest to rescue the love of his life. Filled with exhilarating great performances, the film is more than just your average revenge fairy tale and went on to globalize the Western back into the mainstream form. Number 6, Boyhood. Release date 2014.
Hey, stop! Put the barrier up!
I don't wanna be your hero. I don't wanna be a big.
Back in 2002, when Richard Linklater announced that he'll embark on a 12-year journey in filming the life and growth of a young boy, he received controversy and backlash, calling the idea a gimmick for him to be recognized. Gimmick or not, comes 2013, boy did he deliver. This award-winning experimental drama is more than just a sum of its parts. It's a sprawling investigation of the human condition with epic technical scale, nuanced direction, and great performances, especially from Patricia Arquette, who went on winning Best Supporting Actress at the Oscars that year. Boyhood is a cinematic experience like a time-lapse photo of an expanding consciousness, and there's no anything like it. Number 5, Avengers Endgame. Release date 2019.
Avengers!
Assemble.
The superhero genre reached its peak during this decade, grossing billions in the box office, spawning endless sequels, giving birth to cinematic universes, countless merchandises, and ultimately as part of our cultural zeitgeist. And what film to best represent it but Avengers Endgame? Combining all of Marvel's iconic superheroes in one film, it is exciting, exhilarating, and emotionally impactful at the same time. It is the amalgamation of a decade-long effort from the studio and undoubtedly a satisfying finale to an epic intergalactic saga that went on to become the highest-grossing film of all time. And whether you consider Marvel films cinema or not, Avengers Endgame is absolutely a cinema with a capital C. Number 4, Mad Max Fury Road. Release date 2015.
We are not things! We are not things!
Where is she taking them?
Arguably the best and exhilarating action film in recent memory, the film manages to sustain a climactic car chase action sequence for 2 hours straight. Neither a reboot or a sequel, director George Miller was able to bring back to life this dystopian film with practical CGI effects and modern narrative help into a roaring success. Though the plot was simple, with much focus on high-octane direction and production value, one could find the film astonishingly dense for a big-budget spectacle with a sprinkle of social commentary about our future state as a species. Number 3, Get Out. release date 2017. Number 2, Moonlight, release date 2016.
At some point, you gotta decide for yourself who you're gonna be. Can't let nobody make that decision for you.
The film might be best remembered with the infamous Best Picture mix-up that happened during the 89th Academy Awards, and might probably be forever pit in against the equally good La La Land, where it was mistakenly announced as Best Picture winner instead of Jenkins' drama.
And the Academy Award for Best Picture,
La La Land.
No, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. Come on, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture. Moonlight, Best Picture.
But regardless, Moonlight is a rare gem that shatters stereotypes against Black people. It depicts human condition with such complexity, where a drug partner or a drug pusher can also be a loving father, and a tough boy in the hood can also be gentle. It is sensitively rendered with overwhelming artistry and emotional directness. Mix-up aside, Moonlight is still and will be the best picture of 2016 and would go on to solidify itself in film history as one of the best. And our number 1 film for this decade, drum roll please. The Social Network, release date 2010.
People want to go on the internet and check out their friends, so why not build a website that offers that friends, pictures, profiles? I'm talking about taking the entire social experience of college and putting it online.
What film to best define this decade but a film about the origin of social network? Evidently, social media such as Facebook, who is currently leading the game as of the moment, has made its way to our culture and basic need that without it, life could be comparable to a life without electricity. The film brilliantly takes a look back to its creation with meticulous direction from director David Fincher and an impeccable script from Aaron Sorkin, which goes on to win Best Adapted Screenplay at the Oscars that year. It is loaded with fine performances led by a star-making performance from Jesse Eisenberg as Mark Zuckerberg himself. The film depicts a timely and timeless legendary origin story that is relevant in this decade, and that alone couldn't make us think of any other better film to best represent this decade. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like our videos and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth look on your favorite films and the cinema at large.